Meacham. I'm the program director for Lots of Food, and we had this amazing opportunity here at the Rochester Public Market. This garden space around me has been public food for the last few years, so anyone who comes to the market can just come and harvest what's available here. And obviously it's November, so you can't see that there were tomatoes and cucumbers and squash and things. Over here there's still some beets and some collards, and those are things that you could still harvest, or some thyme or lavender. The city horticulturalist Sarah Scott was originally part of our board that got started in March, and so she knew about our work and offered us the space. So we've formed a partnership with the city of Rochester, who is the owner of this land, and they've invited us to take over stewardship for this space. And it's a great opportunity for us because there's 20,000 visitors to the market every week who will get to hear about lots of food. So what we're working on here right now is for sheet mulching, which is just using cardboard and mulch to cut down on the weeds in the garden. And over the winter we're working on a garden design for this space, hopefully with a bunch of city kids after we teach them about ecological design, basically an intro to permaculture class for them that will use, the students in the class will then also work together on the design for this space. And what our ultimate vision is that this becomes a perennial food forest. Perennial meaning plants that last from 3,000 to 3,000 years. And a food forest you could think of like lots of layers. So in a typical vegetable garden you might have, lettuce and then tomatoes are your tallest plant. But here we might have something like pawpaw trees with maybe a mulberry tree and some gooseberries that are about this tall, or some sea beach plums, about this tall underneath. And then we would have things growing on the ground and around the trees as vines. And so we're going to try to pack as much food into this space as we can. And the cool thing is that it's free food. It's free for everyone. So at Lots of Food, we're working on regenerating Rochester as the edible flower city, and planting the seeds of food justice, because everybody needs to eat. And if you've been around Rochester in the city, you know that there are a lot of places where there are food deserts. Food deserts meaning that it's really difficult to find access to fresh, local, healthy food. And most food in the city can only be what's available at the convenience stores that sell beer and lottery tickets and cigarettes and boxes of what Michael Pollan calls edible food-like substances. So we're working on putting the food where the people are. And because so many people in the city have very limited incomes, and often the money that they have, especially if it's SNAP benefits or something, isn't really enough to support eating fresh, healthy, local food, they can come to our gardens and harvest for free, and that way they get more fresh, local produce. And that's really important because the garden serves a lot of purposes besides just providing fresh, local, free food. It also provides beautification to the neighborhood, and that means that people will care more about their neighborhood. They'll be less likely to throw trash around. They'll be less likely to participate in vandalism. Some of our gardens, like at the Montgomery Neighborhood Center, Lori Staubitz, who is the garden manager there, is working with the children in the neighborhood. They stop by. She's there the same day every week, and they know to look for her. So they stop by and work in the garden with her. And because in the wintertime, now they're at school during the day and then it's dark afterwards, they've kind of brought the garden inside. Like last week they made stone soup. They read the story Stone Soup, and each child held onto a vegetable, and when it was that time in the story, they brought forth their cabbage or onions or whatever, and they made and ate soup together. So that way they're connecting around good, healthy food. And teaching kids about good, healthy food is really important because they're going to grow up and help tell more people about that.